Before we begin, take a second to subscribe to the channel. Stories like this hit deeper when you stay connected. When she said it, she didn't even hesitate. As if calling the man who loved her a joke was casual, almost ordinary. We were packing her suitcase for her girl's getaway when she suddenly dropped the line, throwing it straight at me like a weapon. My friends think you're a joke, and honestly, they're right. For a split second, the room felt hollow, like all the air had vanished. She laughed it off, pretending it was playful banter, but the satisfaction in her smirk revealed the real intent. She wanted it to hurt. She wanted to feel superior as she walked out. And when she grabbed her bag and strutted toward the door, she never noticed how I stood frozen, how something deep and final settled inside me. The door slammed shut, the echo lingering longer than it should have. I stared down the empty hallway, wondering when the woman I married turned into someone who needed to belittle me just to feel important. Her words replayed over and over in my mind, each time exposing just how far the disrespect went. She'd ridicule me to her friends, women who already looked down on me. Their approval meant more to her than my dignity ever did. At first, my chest tightened with heartbreak. Then a different feeling rose, sharper, steadier, decisive. I knew this cycle had to end. She left believing I'd spend the weekend broken, waiting for her return. She couldn't have been more mistaken. I didn't shout. I didn't message her. I didn't chase someone who clearly no longer valued me. Instead, I sat down, inhaled slowly, and chose what I should have chosen long ago. If she saw me as a joke, so be it, but I refused to keep living like one. I opened my laptop and created a new document, mapping everything out with cool precision: bank accounts, shared bills, assets, personal items. I organized it all like a man preparing for a final stand, even though the fight had already ended. She just hadn't realized it yet. With every detail, I felt lighter, like invisible chains were falling away. Then I made the call I'd been avoiding: the real estate agent. The house had always been mine, purchased before the marriage and solely under my name. I requested a valuation and a private listing. She booked the assessment for the very next day. After that, I contacted a lawyer, laid everything out, and he confirmed the process would be straightforward, especially with the emotional mistreatment I'd recorded. The rest of the night, I packed my essentials quietly and with purpose. No chaos, no anger, just clarity. It even surprised me how quickly peace can replace pain once you stop accepting disrespect. That night, I slept better than I had in months. No tension, no worrying where she was, no fighting for basic consideration. When morning light spilled to the windows, it didn't feel like another draining day. It felt like release. I went for a run to clear my head, and by the time I returned, the agent's email was already waiting. Everything was moving fast, and honestly, I welcomed it. The sooner I let go of the life she shaped, the sooner I could build the one I deserved. Her messages began trickling in: resort photos, group selfies, captions drenched in that performative happiness people post for strangers. But she never said she missed me, never checked on me, never apologized. The second night, she finally sent a short text: "Hope you're being productive." The irony almost made me smile. If only she knew. I didn't reply. Silence speaks, too. And by that weekend, I had mastered it. The day before she returned, the property listing and legal paperwork arrived. Everything was set. I wasn't anxious. I wasn't confused. I wasn't even sad. I'd spent years excusing her remarks, swallowing the jabs, pretending not to hear the comments she made around others. But when someone calls you a joke, they reveal their true view of you. And once you see that truth, you can't pretend you don't. I placed a folder with all the documents on the dining table, the same spot she loved to gather her friends around. When she walked in Sunday evening, she expected the old me, forgiving, patient, quiet. She dropped her bag, started chatting about her trip, then stopped when she noticed the folder. "What's this?" she asked, brow furrowing. I kept my voice calm. No drama, no lecture. The joke is over. The color drained from her face as she flipped through the papers, her hands beginning to shake. "You're leaving me," she murmured, disbelief seeping into every word. I nodded evenly. You walked away long before this trip. I'm just catching up." She tried to laugh it off, to rewrite everything as harmless fun. She even blamed her friends, saying she just wanted to fit in. But cruelty masked as humor is still cruelty. When she realized I wasn't giving in, real panic surfaced. She pleaded for conversation, for time, for another chance to change. But you don't start changing when the consequences arrive. You change long before you push someone too far. As I walked out with my bags, she stood frozen in the doorway, mascara streaking down her face, whispering my name like a last hope. I didn't look back. Not this time. I left her in the same silence she once used against me. And as I drove away, one truth settled in fully. Sometimes the strongest move you can make is walking away from who someone tried to shrink you into. She thought she was leaving for a carefree girls' trip. Instead, she came home to reality her own words created.